Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are doing Rescue, the embassy mission. Alright, we're just going to be a lieutenant. Training, target, let's go to mission training. So is this going to be a stealthy thing, huh? Alright, so when we go into the shadows, we disappear, even though they were already shooting at us. So it's pretty much just go through and avoid the searchlights. Alright. I guess we got where we were supposed to be going? Or did we fail on something? I guess we got where we're supposed to go, and now we're going to go do the next one, huh? Oh, we got killed. We died. Oh, there's Steve. Steve's an angel. Alright, so Jumbo is coming out over here. Go, Jumbo, go! Ah! Jumbo died. It's a very basic. It's. I wonder. I mean, this obviously came out before the Metal Gear Solid was doing a lot of stuff like this, but. So now we're trying to assassinate guys, huh? Honestly, the game knew what it wanted to do, and it did it. Like, it is a very unique and interesting game. It's not as unique nowadays, but like back on the system, this was very, very unique. Trying to see if holding the B button will actually have us holding our breath. A little bit, I guess. So we're just kind of spotting windows and waiting for a shadow to pop up. We got the one there. I mean, I assume we got the one there. I really can't really be sure on that one. We are on a time limit. I mean, the game is a very niche game. It really is. Like, if you really like a lot of the kind of sneaking around parts of games, which unfortunately nowadays there was a lot of, and most people don't really enjoy that so much. And this, like, it really is a very, like, slow-paced, methodical game by far. Like, definitely. Like, we're sitting here for all this time trying to look for something. There's no, like, popping out and, trying to pinpoint anything before you do stuff. It's just... I'm not sure if we're actually supposed to be looking for something or what, really. It doesn't really say any information whatsoever. Like, we get no information. We saw the beginning of this level and didn't even know it was a sniper rifle or a sniper thing, and then we're here and I don't know. We'll just blow out some windows. We'll see what happens. I mean, nothing else is actually going on in this thing, so it's like... So what, there's 3 guys that were... Yeah, so I mean, there's 3 guys, but it's not really doing anything. We're not seeing anything that... It's a very interesting game. It has its place for some people, I'm sure. Honestly, it's pretty boring. Like, it really is. Like, there's something to be said about it. Is kind of... I mean, I don't know how you want to say realistic, so to speak. But, like, you know, it's what you can imagine as far as trying to do a sniper... like mission like this, where it's not going to just be like set up, blow, like a lot of games are. It's going to be a lot of sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing to get that one shot and hope for the best kind of thing, which it is definitely, the game is definitely making that a thing. But as far as like an enjoyable experience, I'm going to have to go with not so much. Like, there's no way of telling what anything's going on, and the fact that we're only able to pinpoint on one little location at once, I mean, it's like, what are we doing, playing paper, rock, scissors when somebody kind of sticks their head up or something? I don't know. Like, we're still moving around. It's been a good chunk of time just looking around this stuff. Okay, so we can't actually shoot at anything but a window. Like, it's not doing anything. And as soon as we get to the window, it allows you to fire. There is no recoil. There is no reloading. So, like, all the most basic stuff, they don't include. But the sitting around doing nothing waiting thing, they do. Like, being able to pen in and out, again, like, I understand that we are very limited into the, not only the processing ability, but also the, the fact that, again, we are only on a, 2-button and 4-way control, and we need all 4 to be able to move our scope, so with that, or really our gun, but, you know, our scope for this sake of this, that gives us two buttons. One moves us quicker, and one fires. So I don't know why we need quick, because nothing's ever popping up. I mean, we're 5 minutes in. We saw the one shadow once, which we shot at, for good or for bad. We can't go any further down, and we can't go up. So we're kind of stuck in these, 3, 6, 9 windows? We've got 9 windows, 3 guys, and of course they're not going to stick their heads up at all. So, with that being said, like, all in all, the game does have a spot for a very I think small percentage of people that would definitely really enjoy this kind of game. I can see where they're going for it. They really did pinpoint on a very specific genre and things that they're having done in this game. I mean, I don't know what else they have in store for us, because we're not going to get there. Let's be completely honest here. But I can see what they're doing. They went in on it, and they actually didn't do a bad job as far as that goes. But it's just, I don't think there's a very big market for a game like this for a majority of people. Like, most people don't want to do the long sneaking around spotlights and then sitting here for 20 minutes looking in windows and hoping that we see two other shadows to shoot at. Like, I don't know. We'll just kind of sit here and see if anything does anything. I mean, it's as good a thing as any. I mean, we've been going window to window, up and down, left and right, and nothing's going on at all. So yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole lot. Like, this is a very, very boring, absolutely almost intolerable level, though. Like, I get it, and it does make sense. Like, there is nothing to be said about the game or anything itself. Just for my enjoyment, this is not a game that I would want to sit around and do, you know? Like, this is not an enjoyable experience. I mean, they do get a little bit of the wobble. I think anyone that's going to be a sniper is going to be a little more steady than this. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of the swaying, but, I mean, we're seeming pretty, like, all over the place. But it makes sense. It works. Like I said, they were on point for what they wanted to do in this game. It's just, I don't know if it's a game that most people would ever actually want. Like, a sniper game is fun. They have lots of them. But very few of them are as uneventful as this. I know they have the very realistic and specific sniper ones on PC and some of the modern consoles, where you do sit there and find one spot and perch and do all the stuff, but then you have to calculate wind and do all the stuff, where they get really invested in it. So, like, there is a place for it, but I think that still has so much actually going on, and you can see stuff, and there's actually, get this, people and stuff around for the most part that you pinpoint on waiting for that one target. Here, we've got 9 windows, and that's it. It's really basic. And again, they don't really tell you. There's no any kind of information prior to the level of anything that you need to do. Like, oh, you got to do this, or, 5 lines of text would be like. ideal if nothing else in this stuff. Like, take out such and such, do this without doing this, or So if we failed, we failed and the computer's laughing at us right now? Well, we have to wait out the rest of the time in order to the level to end? Because that's like, it feels like that's what we're doing here, is we're just waiting out the timer. And I don't know about you, but that is not an enjoyable experience. I mean, yeah, I might have done it to myself, blowing out the windows. But I mean, that was the most enjoyable part of this whole thing so far, is actually having it seem like we did something. But, yeah. We'll see what happens in 4 minutes, I guess. We'll move on to the next little bit, and we'll just see kind of how the rest of the game plays out, at least for a little bit. But as it stands, it's, like I said, it really is niche. And there is definitely a place for it. There are definitely people, even at this time, on this system that would probably really enjoy it. But, like, out of the entire populace of Nintendo owners, I think there was, like, maybe 0.002% of people probably that would have enjoyed this game. I mean, I'm sure they sold a lot more copies without anybody actually knowing what actually happens in this game. Because back in the day, there were no YouTube channels on all these games. Look before you buy, and everybody playing it prior so that you can look into it. Most of the time when you went and bought a game, you looked at the box and you hoped for the best. That's why you kind of stuck with certain companies, certain developers, because you knew that for the most part you were getting a good product regardless. But most of these no-name or single production stuff, like, you really don't know what you're getting. It's like the jelly bean flavors, where it could be popcorn or vomit, and you don't know until you take that bite, right? And that's kind of what I feel like this game was. For the few people that kind of went into it expecting or knowing what was going on, they bought it for a specific reason. The rest of the people, I bet you the box art and everything looked really cool and had some awesome blurb on it about how the gameplay was. Came home, went to play it, and got this. And I feel we're very sorely disappointed in their gameplay experience. They bought the booger, or they bit into the booger bean and not the cream soda. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Because, I mean, come on. This is what? We did 18 minutes of us sitting around looking at windows? I mean, if we failed, why not just end the mission and let us move on? So, I mean, I'm at a loss, like, to be completely honest here. I mean, we waited 7 minutes before we even shot out windows. We saw one. Maybe we were supposed to wait until they opened the window and took out somebody. I don't know. But still, if they were going to do something, wouldn't they have done? I don't know. There's just a whole lot of what ifs and I don't knows, and we got 1 more minute to find out something, at least. So we got there. I don't know what to tell you guys. Alright, at this point I'm kind of over, so we're just going to look at this window and bounce around until our 36 seconds are up. And then we'll go from there. Like, I think just a simple ability to pan out instead of instead of quick, have this kind of at least go to a normal view where we can see everything and then use the scope to scope in on something that we viewed I think would have been the better option. I know that that's probably asking for a lot given the limited hardware, but like, I mean, needed something. Time over. Yeah, we got nothing. I mean, like, there's this small part of me that wants to try again, but the rest of me is like, ugh, it's a little rough. Let's go target. Let's try something else. Oh, there's 3 of these now. See, they show you this map, but you still are going one direction. So are you like going around in a circle? Are we starting? Oh, I guess we're starting there. But I don't I don't get any of this, to be completely honest. Let's just be honest. Okay, so we start there. So we go over a little bit into that X, and then we go a little over to that X, and then we go over to that X. So, okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay, is there a map? So you just have to know what's going on, because there is no other... We weren't even that close to the light. Okay, there is no... I didn't see a jump. Maybe there is a jump. There's a roll. Haha, we get to roll. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. This has potential to be kind of entertaining and slightly enjoyable. Okay, so we did get to the first X, so we know that we go past that one, up a little bit more to the next one. But the problem is, we start in the same spot, kind of, sort of. So we're just doing this 3 different times, a little farther each time. And again, like, I get it, but do I want to get it? I mean, you definitely, by the 3rd guy, you are definitely an old hat at what's going on here. Oh, Nike. We're gonna Dark Souls roll. We can roll past the gunfire. Roll. Hey, we're 2 for 2. I mean, honestly, that's the game. You don't have to do anything. Just roll, baby. Just roll. We'll just play a little Dark Souls. Invincible iframes while we're rolling. We'll try to play a little bit more appropriately. Oh, the light just got us. Jumbo got caught. All the rolling in the world ain't helping us on that one, baby. Okay, so we're 2 for 3 on that. Now we're here. Okay, so they dropped off 3 guys. Okay, so we have 2 guys. So, alright, so now with the different spots on there, makes a little bit more sense. Maybe you can't even beat the mission without having all 3 guys. I think we got one. They didn't even bother to run. They just kind of ticked the... like, the AI on that was kind of sad. We definitely screwed the pooch on it a little bit. But it's making a little more sense now. Okay, so now we go to Steve. Let's see if we can do better with Steve. Did we take too many shots on the first one and now they're in hiding? And here we go again, window watching. We'll give this a little bit more, and then we're just gonna call it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't necessarily want to sit through another 20 minutes of looking at windows. Maybe we really need a jumbo to get over there and take it from the other side. Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, let's switch over again. And see if anybody else is popping up. Like, if you really needed all three guys, shouldn't they just end the game? Or just game over if you lose one? It's not making a lot of sense. Maybe if you don't shoot the one guy in the first shot, you're kind of SOL. Again, but why not game over? Like, why put the person through all this? Other than being, just mean? I mean, I guess, again, kind of the pseudo-realism where you don't know you failed the job until, like, your time limit runs up and then, like, oh, yeah, nope, not for you. There are things to like about the game, but again, you really have to be in not only the right mindset and just desire to play these, but you really just like. This isn't just a casual gameplay. You know, this isn't just a pick up and like, oh yeah, I'll play this for a little bit and be done with it. Definitely not one of those games. I mean, honestly, like, let's be realistic. Most Nintendo games weren't a pick up and play for a little bit, save it, and move on, and then come back to it later. Most of them are, if you don't have a good few hours at minimum to spend going through and doing it, then don't bother, unless you're just working on one particular spot in the game. Because very few had the ability to save. I know some of them had passwords, and some of them had this and that, but like a good majority of them are just, you play until you die, and that's it, and then you start over again, and you go for it. Okay, so we are on Steve. Steve hasn't seen anybody yet. Mike shot one guy. Steve has not seen a single thing, and Jumbo's dead. So, like, I'm not going to sit here through the next 9 minutes. We're not going to put me or you guys through that. Like I said, I mean, it does have its spots. It does have its player base. But it also leaves a lot to be desired. I get what they're trying to do, and they went with it. They went for it, and for that specific kind of gameplay, that specific genre, they did do what they're trying to do, I feel. I feel like they were probably pretty happy with their game. And just, although it's not our kind of gameplay, at least not mine, and everything, I can't really say there's any negatives really about the game. You know, controls do work well. I mean, Graphically, it does look pretty decent. They did a good job on a lot of stuff. The sprite work, colors, everything looks good. I mean, there is no blatant bad anything on it. It's just the gameplay itself and the genre and the kind of stuff that they're going for is just really not for very many people, I don't feel like. So, with that being said, we are going to shoot some windows and we are going to call it a day. Alright guys, that's me. You have a good one. We'll see you next video. Have a great day.